Allez-y.
But it has to have, as one of you said, stones and clay, because it has to have the right mix of clay and little stones, basically, to hold together. Now, it's very hard. If you bang it, it's really hard. It's not possible for everybody to do that. And what we are interested in looking at is what will work for everybody on the planet. So what will work for the people who are living in the cities and will work in other places and other countries. And for other countries, mainly, we're trying to look at what our impact is, which makes life difficult for them. But so when you look at producing energy in Britain, the most efficient way to do it is big systems. So big wind farms, big sets of wind turbines, together are very efficient. And one little one on its own is not very efficient. The same for big tidal power schemes would be very efficient. And for some types of energy, it doesn't matter what scale it is. Yeah, there are some nasty chemicals in some of these, but they should last for a long time. But when it comes to things like large-scale wind power, which is much more useful for us in Western Europe than these, there are not nasty chemicals. You know, they're just they're large pieces of machinery. It's no more damaging than the chemicals, the things that are in a car, and less so because you're not. But what we have to look for is a pattern of energy sources, different energy sources that will provide us with enough energy across the year. So these will produce in the summer, and the wind will produce in the winter, and the tidal will produce all year round. Tide in Welsh, tide is llanw. So that is really important because it's so predictable, and we can rely on it every single day. And at Samallo, you still have the only system like that in the world.
Wow.
Producing a quarter of what it might produce.
Hey.
So that shows why these are not so fantastic, really. Because we're in Northern Europe. Well, we're in Northern Europe. Also, we grow everything organically. So in French, I know that's biologique.
Yeah.
So without using any chemical pesticides or fertilizers or things like that. So we grow everything without pesticides or herbicides. And this place was an old slate quarry. So I can't remember what slate is in French.
Tiez.
Clecky? No, it's clecky in Welsh. Schiefer in German. Slate, this stone. There's a quarry at the back where they dug it out. And this whole centre was just some lumps of slate like this. So the gardens have been developed with a lot of compost. And this is all about growing organically, because when you use the poisons to poison the pests, you kill the pests, but you kill lots of other little creatures as well. And many of those creatures are really, really important for life on Earth. And the sort of creatures that live in a compost heap, and they eat the old material and produce new soil. So the mole, this is a mole hole. So you are shrinking to the size of a mole. Now, what's a mole? A mole is a little black, furry... Yeah. So you're shrinking to the size of a ghost, experiencing the life under the soil, as they would. So if you see wind turbines on big groups and wind farms on the hills, they're much bigger than this. This is a 250 kilowatt wind turbine. If you see the large round white thing over there, that is the part of a wind turbine. Can you see the same part on this one? So tidal energy is really important because the tides come twice a day, every single day of the year. So you know exactly when it's going to come. You don't in Brittany and here, we know we're going to get a lot.